we're exploring 7 animals that can live after death. Number 7. Turtles. Everyone knows that turtles possess more longevity than almost any animal on Earth. These creatures can live to be about 80 years old, roughly as much as the average human lifespan, but there are a number of unique qualities that make the turtle a truly remarkable animal. For one thing, it can live without the function of its heart. Marine mammals like whales, seals, porpoises are able to shut off the circulation to all parts of their body except their brain while they dive, so the brain keeps giving oxygen, but the turtle has no such system. Its brain is simply able to go without oxygen, and turtles can be frozen in water and still continue to survive. Their circulatory systems slow down to an absolute crawl. Their hearts has their own fuel sac, and they won't give up until their last fuel sac has been used up. Number 6. Frog. It has been discovered that frogs continue to move around even when they are brain dead, or to put it more accurately, with its brain missing. This experiment was brought about when scientists discovered reports of various headless animals continuously to move about, and it's very impressive on its own, but let's face it, there is only so much what a creature can do without its head. A brainless frog actually behaves very similarly to a frog, with its brain matter perfectly intact, and if you turn the frog upside down, it will rise itself back up. Number 5. Octopus. Octopus that survive after being chopped up, but rather their 8 wily arms that continue to move about. And it's these 8 arms that usually get stuck in someone's throat, resulting into a very bad day. The reason why octopus arms maintain mobility even after being chopped off is quite fascinating. Because their central nervous system is quite unique. Most of an octopus's nerve cells, 2/3 of them in fact, can be found, not in the brain where you would expect them to be, but rather in its tentacles. And these arms can continue reacting to stimuli even after they are no longer connected to the main brain. Number 4. Cockroaches. Cockroaches can live without their heads. In fact, they can go on living for weeks. These bugs can survive decapitation. They have an open circulatory system, which translates to little to no blood pressure. So, if their heads lopped off, the wound just closes naturally due to clotting. Cockroaches don't need their heads to breathe, as they do this process through little holes located on their bodies, called spiracles. Although a headless cockroach will die of starvation eventually, it will take weeks for them to do so. Number 3. Flies. Flies can survive freezing temperature and go into some kind of animation. This amazing ability to survive freezing temperatures is not why the humble fly makes it to this list. Female flies will live for several days after they have been decapitated, and they can do and engage in reflex actions such as flying and, under duress, walking. That's right, chop off a female fly's head and not much changes really. Number 2. Chickens. There is truth to the expression running around like a headless chicken after all. Yes, ask any farmer, and they will tell you, chickens can still run around with their heads cut off, and there is a very simple butcher's error to be more specific. You see, a chicken's central nervous system is very different from us humans. Some basic bodily functions are controlled not by the brain itself, but by certain parts of the brain stem. Most of the time it's just the forebrain of the chicken butcher also misses the jugular. Not only will the chicken continue to move, it sometimes can still breath. Of course, it will eventually starve to death, but there is one special case that a chicken survived. Number 1. Snakes. Chopping these things' heads off may seem like a peaceful way to avoid being bitten, but the truth is that may not be the case. A snake's head, a vessel for its fangs and deadly poison sacs, still has the ability to bite you and deliver deadly venom even if it's no longer attached with the rest of its body. Snakes detect heat's signature with its head, and if you are close enough to the head of the snake that has been cut off, it can still sting you and deliver deadly venoms that can kill you. These heat-sensitive pits are capable of detecting threats for hours even after its death, which means the snake can defend itself even in death, and yes, this applies to if the body is no longer attached.